everyone, and welcome to another video. In today's video, we will be going to the floods with the dogs, and the main reason being is that yesterday I went to the floods and it was just the best experience ever because I saw a really rare falcon called a hobby, which is very rare to see in Colchester and quite early as well. So we're going to be heading there today. We're going to keep our hopes up to see this hobby. Quite a small, streamlined falcon, and yeah, so I'll tell you more about it when we're closer to the floods, but keeping our hopes up, not just for hobbies but for other birds as well. So stay tuned for more, and I'll see you when we're a bit further there. Hello everyone, so here we are now at the floods. Unfortunately we have not seen any hobbies yet, but we have seen some cool birds. So first of all, there's a lot of lapwings flying back there, and you can hear them with their weird calls. They're quite funny, you know, search them up. They sound like sort of radio, like an old crackling radio or something. And for some reason, the swans, the mute swans, have chosen this particular day to make their calls. And you don't often hear mute swan calls, that's the reason they're called mute. But the recordings have been picking them up, and they have been making some sound. But there's also the noisy grey-lag geese, some shell ducks, 3 shell ducks over there, behind that grey-lag goose. Some cormorants in that tree and flying over. Some coots, mallards, teals, tufted ducks. So really quite a lot. And even a couple of minutes ago I saw a red kite and a buzzard flying together, which is actually quite rare. You don't see them flying together that often because they're 2 different species, but they were nevertheless, and it was quite nice. Unfortunately no hobby, but I do have evidence to suggest that the one I saw yesterday was a hobby. So first of all, the reason being, I saw it in these grasslands, just flying high above. And the thing about hobbies, they like to fly above open grassland and heathland and marshes near water, because what they like to do, they like to catch airborne insects. So what they do, the insects obviously love water, so they fly near water above open land, and here is literally a picture perfect definition of that. So that's one piece of evidence to suggest it. And another one is that when it was flying, I only saw it for like 3 seconds. It's a very small, streamlined falcon. Definitely a bird of prey though. But, first of all, it's got a straight tail, so it's not like a fan, like a buzzard or a kestrel. It was a bit smaller than a kestrel, and the main clue was its wings. Its wings were like triangular or scythe-shaped, which you don't often see in other falcons. So that's another big giveaway. So that's more evidence to suggest it was a hobby. And hobbies are very, very rare, especially in early spring months. You see them usually in like late spring and summer, but even then they're still very rare. And it's very, very cool to see one, because they're rare, and also you don't often see them in these months. So that's very cool. The weather's lovely. Oh yes, I forgot to mention this in the chicken update, but happy Easter to everyone. Funny thing is, on Easter Day we had lots of eggs from the chickens, so you could say there were a lot of Easter eggs. But that was lovely. The weather's looking really nice. The temperature is super hot. I think it's one of the hottest days of the year so far. It's like 20 degrees. I'm sweltering right now, but shows that spring and summer are sort of in the air, which is nice. And one more thing which I thought was quite nice is that yesterday when I came here as well, I saw some sparrows. Sorry, not sparrows, swallows, barn swallows, and they're migrants, so they only come to the UK in spring and summer. And the first ones arrived yesterday, so those were really nice. We might see a couple now, but I haven't seen any. But yeah, so a lot of birds, loads of waterfowl. The geese are all there, all types, the ducks. And just to finish off, I'm going to do some recordings just to see if we can find any more birds. And I'm just going to wait for a little bit and keep you updated on what birds we see. Because you never know with the floods. There's often quite rare birds. Like yesterday was such a great day at the floods. I saw the first swallows, a hobby, and also a redshank flying, which was quite cool. And redshanks are quite hard to see. They usually go further away. They're quite shy. They like to go further away on the floods, and you don't see them on this this like it's like a beach, you could say. They like to go at the back of the floods. Oh, dogs are barking at something. Anyway, I'm gonna do some more recordings and see what we have. So stay tuned. So everyone, I did some more recordings, and luckily we saw heard two interesting birds. First of all, a redshank. We heard one yesterday, but yesterday I saw it as well. This time I didn't see it, but the recording just picked it up. I'm not sure where it is, but it's definitely here somewhere. And it also picked up a linnet, probably flying in these skies here, which I didn't catch either. But those are both very good. And in summary, we saw all sorts of waterfowl. So swans, geese, mallards, coots, tufted ducks, teals, all types of ducks, shell ducks even, red kites, buzzards, redshanks, linnets, song thrush I think we saw on the wire, or it might have been a missile thrush. I think it was probably a missile thrush, but I'm not entirely sure. I need to look at I've got a photo of it on my camera that's quite detailed, so I can look at it more in detail there. But very good birding wise. We saw some and heard some interesting birds. Unfortunately not a hobby, but I will give you a description of a hobby, just a description of it and how it looks, and once I get home. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I did. We had a very successful trip to the floods, saw many birds, weather was great, and everything went really well. So hope you enjoyed it. The dogs did, I did, and we had a great time. Bye! Hello everyone, so here we are back at home, and I just want to show you before the video ends a description of the hobby, which is the bird I saw yesterday. Extremely rare, not often seen in the UK. And as you can see from the diagram, hobbies don't often come to the UK, especially not in the area that I'm in, and they're extremely rare wherever in the UK, so it's really cool to see one. And we had a really fun time at the floods. We saw loads of birds. It was a great birding day and a great success. And I really hope everyone enjoyed, because I thoroughly did. And to see all these cool birds is really nice. So thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!